All right, hello everyone. So today is the 26th Wednesday. So this is Tuesday. Now Tuesday, I did say I was expecting disruptive moves. Okay, this is 25th April, Tuesday, right? So these were the astro hours. I said I'm expecting disruptive move until 15:15. So 3 to 3:15 here, as you can see. Then I said the market should flow. So that's the disruptive move. You see how it's ending here at 3:15 is there. Okay, if I get rid of this, get rid of that, that's your 3:15 bar, and that's the market going up. That's your 8 o'clock. And then I did say later on tomorrow at 2:45 a.m. That's today. Okay, so I did mark that in yesterday as well, which is that one there. All right. So the market then just flowed nicely into that zone. Now, as you can see, it made a higher high and closed pretty much higher than Monday. Okay, so that's your Monday. That's your Tuesday closing high. So we're now on a Wednesday. All right, so keep in mind the swing days for gold. What you can do, if the market comes back down, you can go long around here. Okay, but if it comes back down too many times, they'll break this. So what to do with gold? Well, we've got the breakout on the daily. We've done the first target there at 54, 2002, as you can see. So the market's still looking bullish, right? Looking to take out these stops here before the sell-off. Okay, so what to do? Today, what we can do is we can go long on the weekly pivot or slightly lower here. And the reason I say that is because this is what broke the high right on the weekly. So if the market does come back down, okay, it does come back down into an astro hour, then going up is not a bad idea. The better astro hours to trade are not these, okay, but at least until 115. This is where the dodgy characters in the sky are at the moment. So what you can do is just skip this, okay? If it comes down into the weekly pivot, if it comes down into the indecision bar here, okay, this zone will be a place where the market want to push because it made a higher high. So buying on the weekly, the daily zone here is not a bad idea, okay? And then this is going to be your first target. So on the dip down, if it dips down, okay, then going up is not a bad idea. All right. The main hours for today are going to be later on. Okay, they're going to be in the US evening session where we should have some action, Jackson. So be mindful. In the evening session, like afternoon session in New York, because that's going to be around 8, 9, this zone here, my time. Okay, so I'll put the hours there. Also 10:50, right there. So these are going to be like the closing hours, like is going to be the closing hours are going to be more tricky, and then like I said, it's going to suss into the Asia session. So got to be careful on the Asia session as well, and that's 2:45 there. In fact, I can add 3:20 in there as well. So be careful for that Asia session. It's going to be hot there. If there is a high level there, it's fine, and that should give you a change around 5 o'clock. So this is going to be a busy series of several hours, as you can see here. Okay, so going long on the dips to go up is not a bad idea. This target we still have, as you can see, on the daily there. That's 61 and 64. 61 is 2027. Obviously, those targets have changed. 61 is 2027. Is going to be there. And 2008 and 2014 we're still going to keep. That's your 2014. And 2008 we got to keep as well. So coming down to push up is not a bad idea, as it takes out those targets. Like I said, the weekly up here is a bit too far out, but it's looking like it wants to take out those stops, and that's 2071. So 2071 all the way up there is like not crazy. Okay, so on the pullbacks, going up and ending somewhere high on a Thursday and Friday is quite logical. Okay. Now also you should be mindful about this level. You'd want this level to break out ideally in order to push up. So what you can do, so buying on the dip like 1983 is also not a bad spot to go long. It's a bit low, but still doable. So this weekly pivot is like looking like an okay place, because this is where the lift off happened. So if it dips back down again, it's good. If it comes back into the week, into the daily at an astro hour as well, you can also take that too. Okay, because that was the low of Asia. So if the market comes back into the daily pivot, the weekly pivot, you're good to go long at astro hours, and you can do that with tight stop loss. Euro dollar. Now euro dollar, I said it's a swing day on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I said 1050 was a target. We made that target, as you can see. Market went slightly higher, and those are astro hours there. After that slight high comes the astro hour, and it's just bang down, as you can see. Now with this as well, remember I said expecting the market to have some disruptive move, and that was your 315 disruption. Boom, boom. Market coming down sharply and then just sizzling down all the way into 8 o'clock, as you can see. And that's 8 o'clock then. That's your weekly pivot there. And you can see that's where the market took up, and that's the astro hour for today. This was the purple zone. Remember I said if it breaks out and pulls back into an astro hour, you can go long there. And that's your swing day happening. I also said you could sell from the highs even here at astro hours. It's not a bad idea to just sell it off, because it's like a high, it's in the zone right there, it's in the zone, and so on. We got room to come down into that 0937 into 0920. So 0920 is down here, 37 is down here. Okay, so coming down into this zone is not a bad idea at all. Okay, so let's dip it down into this zone, and then what can you do with this? So selling it is not a bad idea. It needs to fill in a bit of a gap here, so what you got to do is keep this level in mind. Obviously the daily pivot as well, and I can extend this as well because this was already a zone for us. Okay, so that's there. So here, not a bad spot. On Wednesday, let me just check. I'm expecting a bit of a disruption here, okay, until this 945 bar. If until 945 we stick around here, or we're at the daily pivot, or we're there, this zone is like okay in my opinion to sell, because this is where the drop down happened. Okay, so market coming in to fill in a bit of gap here and then selling off is not a bad idea at all. That's a good impulse wave. So market going up a little bit is okay. If you want to turn this into a 1 hour chart, you can. and stick your Gann lines in there, you can. And that's your 62.50 zone there. Okay, so it's not a bad spot for the market to come into and then sell again. That's a good impulse wave coming down. So a bit of an up move. The daily pivot, like I say, is a good zone, and that zone is also good at Astro hours to sell. If you want to keep it at 15, you can. If you want to follow it with your 1 hour chart, you can do so as well. On the ATAM, as you know, the format is pretty easy to follow. So let's bring that into the 15-minute chart again. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Here we got Dow Jones. As you know, we're looking to sell from these highs. It's done that last target. Market is just selling down, and that's fine with us as well. As you know, Dow Jones Tuesday was a swing day, and what a beautiful Tuesday that is. So that's your Tuesday. This was the, if you recall, if you recall, that was an Astro hour there on Monday, tying us right into Tuesday, and then the market, as you can see, just flipped down. Now these were Astro hours here. As you can see, that's the 8 o'clock bar. It just started flowing into that 8 o'clock bar. We can get rid of that now, but that's it. You know, once it comes back into the weekly pivot, I don't always, what can I say? Weekly pivot is a strong level. If we're going to sell it, you could sell here, right? I like to wait for the hours and the price to match. If it doesn't, though, if it's a good technical level and we're expecting a swing day, you can take that, okay? Because that's going to be a really tight stop loss just above the high of the day before, which is going to be there. So, as you can see, right, this is going to be, yeah, there. So selling on a weekly pivot, if you know you're a seller, all right, because technical analysis is crucial, then is doable, and that's just a beautiful push down here, as you can see. Now we've got a bit of a gap here. The market closed down, so it broke the swing. That's beautiful, because the minute it goes up, you want to be a seller, okay? So the weekly pivot is where they're going to fill in the gap. This level is a sell zone. No selling at the lows, obviously, but what you got to do is mark it in. Now, the disruption started here, so this is one zone, okay? But you don't want to miss out on the weekly, on the daily, because this is where they fill in the gap, okay? And if it matches your Astro hour at the tops, that's your sell. Where do you want to go? Well, look, remember these levels we talked about before. We got 46, 42, 40. So let's take a look at the closer targets. 33, 435, 60. So I've got 33, 435 is here. $360 is there. Okay, so those are the closer ones there. Sorry, 460. That's going to be 33, 460 there. So that's your kill zone. This is coming down here. Now the HCL1 line, that's going to be important. That's 33,508. So as you can see, you already have your levels here. Okay, so the market can come here, it can go up, it can come back down, break that level, push down, and so on. If it goes up first, you need to be sellers, obviously. If it comes down, do you want to stand in front of it? Do not stand in front of that, because you might just get hammered. All right, because we've got targets at 42 and 40, so you want to sell it down. So 33, 230 and 320. 330, 220 is down here. So there's room to go down for this, okay? So what you don't want to be doing is standing in front of that. Okay, so if we go up first, look for sell opportunities. And that's that. Is there a PST level for that? Let me just check. Now that is way, way up there, 60. 33,892. 33,873. It's way up there. Okay, well, if it comes back all the way up there, that's going to be far out, but your good buy kiss zone is there. Okay, so anywhere along those lines, you also want to be a seller. Let's take a look at the SP 500 Nasdaq Bitcoin. Okay, so here's the SP 500. Now remember, we had targets down there. This was a sell zone, as you can see, and a beautiful sell zone that was. Weekly pivot coming in on Monday Astro hour. Remember that closing hour, beautiful sell-off. And the SP 500 was Monday swing day. All right, beauty. That was your Monday swing day for SP 500, and a beautiful swing all the way down here. That is just whopper. All right, so that's nice to see. Everything is honky-dory. Now what? Well, you can see the market just shattered below the support. What broke that is this push here. The market comes up, you know what to do. So that's one level there, which is fine, but the daily pivot is also good. Why? Because you see that's the swing there. Okay, so like major swings happening here, and they're all busted. Okay, and what caused that bust is the push here. The other big swing, as you can see, is this one here. And that is not yet busted, but we are going down, looks like. If the market goes back into that 4,114.26, 4,114 is going to be there. So this zone is good. Okay, let's do this. This is your kill zone. So if we go up, we should sell. The daily pivot also, you can try a sell there. I don't think it's a bad idea. Here you can see the market's already done that. On the weekly, we can still be pushing down nicely. Okay, and like I said, this is a sell zone. If you're selling with us, you should be okay by now. Okay, so it's just a matter of coming into the Astro hour and selling it off, because we said Monday is a swing day for SP 500, and that's just bang. Okay, so that was the high of the week, as you can see. That's Tuesday rocking down. We should just be following it all the way down. Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq, same kind of thing, as you guys know. That was it. So for Nasdaq, swing day was also Monday, remember? And that's your Monday. And that is it. Boom, down. Market retraces into the Astro hour, and just a beautiful push down. What a nice one that is. Okay. Look, this is the manipulation. It's already done. So the last manipulation bar before the breakout happened here. Retests it, takes out the stops, and now we got room to come down. This is good. Another level here, that the red line is nice. If the market all of a sudden goes up to 12,990, let's say, don't panic and say what's going on. 12,990 is there, okay? And that's a PST level. But you see, this is already huge, okay? So we've got that big sell-off on Monday and Tuesday, and now this is probably going to continue to come down. So you don't want to be standing in front of it, but you want to push it down into this zone. All right, so just mark it in. Your levels down here, 36.34. Write them down. Okay, 12,709, 12,655. Okay, 12,546. So just follow it down. If it moves up, we want to be sellers. 12,972 is also there. Let's see, 12,972 is going to be up here as well. So if it does go up, we're sellers again. Okay, sometimes the market goes up, surprises everyone. So if it gets back into this zone, we're also sellers. But this is a good zone to sell. As you can see, that was the manipulation to sell it off. Okay, beauty. Bitcoin. With Bitcoin, remember I said we've got gap to fill. The market came in, filled it out nicely. If you want to sell, now's the time. All right, so that's the, if you're day trading it, you see that's the gap there. Okay, so that's beautiful. Okay, and we talked about this zone as well. So the market rushes up, nice to see, and then, you know, probably coming down from here. This is good. Bit of taking out the stops off the even highs, and I'd rather be a seller here. Obviously, when the market's at the tops, we don't want to be selling. This is a good impulse wave down. Okay, maybe we'll have an A, B, C up and then sell down. But at the end of the day, I said we should break this, come down to here, so no surprises, guys. You can follow that through if you'd like to. If you want, what you can do is, let's see on the weekly. No, we don't have a PST there. No. No. Okay, so we're around here. If this month we close with an indecision bar, next month you want to be selling it off. This week is the last week of the month. Okay, but this is going to come down, so I'd rather be a seller because this will come down. We've got the room to come down and break below this level as well.